Hey, good morning. You know, this is such a huge day for women across Scotland and indeed people right across the UK. Now, I'm joined by Ash Regan, ALBA leader of the Scottish Parliament. ALBA, Ash, this is a huge day for you. You've been in this fight for a long time.
Yeah, we're absolutely delighted. So 4 Women Scotland have won their court case today at the Supreme Court to find a final definition on what is a woman. So the biological definition of woman is what has been upheld by the court, which is obviously a victory for women right across Scotland, but it's also a victory for common sense. Now, it should never have come to this. It should never have taken 3 ordinary Scottish mums to fight the Scottish Government all the way to the Supreme Court to get an answer on this. And unfortunately, the Scottish Government has been very much exposed now. They've been humiliated in court, and they must now roll back this ideology right in Scotland.
Now, you were listening right there to the very end. There was talk of sport, there was talk of women's spaces, there was talk of support groups, and of course the law. What is some of the nitty-gritty that you think are some of the biggest wins for this group today?
Well, this has been affecting women, not just in Scotland, obviously across the world we're having similar issues, but in the UK it was affecting women in terms of the issues you've described. So in terms of participation in sport, where inclusion, that means that people who are not women were being included in the female category, which obviously isn't fair for women. We've got examples of women being asked to get changed, to be in a position where, they're obviously vulnerable when men are allowed in the changing rooms. We've had problems maintaining single-sex spaces. We have violent male offenders in the women's prison estate. This has to stop now. We have to draw a line under this now, and we have to move on. And the Scottish Government must take this very seriously. There can be no more prevarication. They must roll this back through the public sector. And we now all know that a woman is an adult human female and it has a biological definition.
Now, there's a party going on next door. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know when to keep you any longer, but very, very quickly, how is the Scottish Government feeling right now?
I've no idea how they might be feeling. To be honest, I haven't got a lot of sympathy for them. They were warned repeatedly by myself and by many other women that this did interfere with the Equality Act, that it created a hierarchy of rights, and it was the wrong thing to do. They didn't listen. They've persisted and persisted and persisted. In fact, I told very senior members of the government at the end of last year that they should drop this court case, and they didn't do it. So they only have themselves to blame for this now, but I hope they take this seriously. They recognise they've been roundly beaten, that their magical thinking that is dangerous for women is now finished, and they need to roll back this ideology.